What's happening? It's Chris Hall here. You are now tuned into the Chris Hall Show. I need everybody within the sound of my voice to follow me on Instagram at ChrisHallATL. When you get to my Instagram page, click the link in the bio, subscribe to the YouTube page. Make sure you hit the notification bell so you are alerted anytime I drop some new content. Give your boy a thumbs up or a thumbs down. Don't matter to me either way. All I need you to do is watch it. That's it. Dearly beloved, we are gathered here today for another installment of Meme Mondays. For all those who don't know what Meme Mondays is, this is where I get one of the coolest memes from the week, right? And we have a conversation about said meme. Usually it's not too long. I like to keep it short and sweet. You all got much better things to do with your Monday evening, but this is a live segment. Yes. As y'all who don't know, last week's Live on Wednesday, our normal show to where we have the conversation with the congregation. I don't know if I got shadow banned or what, but the whole app crashed in the middle of my sermon. The devil is a liar. So we're here. I figure, you know what? Let me go on live and let's give the people what they want. They missed it Wednesday, but we're here today. So Meme Mondays, I'm going to put up the meme. As you know, I don't know how the hell to do this stuff, but let me see, is this coming in focus? Can y'all see this? Can y'all see that? I think y'all can see that. Yeah, that's a nice little cool live feature that they got going on. So as you can see, there's a meme going around that says, marry a woman with no social media. Trust me, bro. Chances of it working out goes up 95%. I don't make the rules. So I'm going to leave this up here for a second while people start matriculating up in here. So I'd say this. I'd want to rearrange this slightly, right? Let me turn this down. I feel like I'm yelling. Give me a second. No, forget you, mouse. You want to play around. I feel like I'm yelling for some reason. Let's put this on 10. There we go. Yeah. As I was saying, I would tweak this a little bit, right? I believe most people have a social media at this point, right? I would tweak it to marry a woman who doesn't post herself on social media, especially if it's for no business purpose. I think most people have social media, so you'll be hard pressed to find someone with no social media at all. With my experience, women who don't post a lot, especially if it's not business related, if they're just posting themselves all the time, they're usually full of themselves. I mean, clearly. And there's nothing wrong with being full of yourself. Hey, if you don't love you, who will, right? Cool. No problem with that. My thing that I've realized is that women who are into themselves that much usually isn't into anyone else as much or more than they are into themselves. These women usually have a very short attention span, right? They're usually not available. I don't know why, because they're only posting on social media all day and all night. What I've noticed is women in the beauty industry, and mind you, I'm sorry, I did not prescribe your medication today. Please take 1,000 milligrams of, if it don't apply, let it fly. I don't want y'all to get butt hurt, jump on here and tell me all that I'm saying is incorrect. I didn't say it. This dude did. I'm just commenting on it. And I believe he's right to a certain extent. I think women who post themselves a lot, women in the beauty industry, hair, makeup, nails, stuff like that, are usually really into themselves, really, how do I put it, shallow, self-centered, narcissist, things of that nature. And I don't think that someone that's full of themselves would make for a good wife. When I'm searching for someone, I need to know that you are all in for the mission. You know the mission, and we're here to accomplish that. You don't want someone that's so into themselves to where they put themselves ahead of the mission, where you're wanting to, take this woman seriously, but she's still on social media posting provocative pictures of herself. Or even if it's glamour shots, showing a little leg here, a little boob there. To me, this is where thirst traps came from, right? For all those who don't know what a thirst trap is, let me explain my definition. You tell me if I'm wrong. A thirst trap is a picture that will garner a lot of views or a lot of attention to you, and then men jump in your DM lusting for your attention, right? Women love attention. No matter how they get that. Why do you think women run the social stratosphere? Why they run media? Why they run entertainment? Because they love to be seen and they love the attention, right? Of course they love the attention. What I recommend, fellas, who are stuck in the friend zone or who are thirsting over these women's pictures because you think they look good, these women don't care about you. No, Plies voice. They don't care about you. They are just here for your likes and your comments to make them feel better. Riddle me this. Not even riddle me this. Answer this question for me. Men and women, right? Who post more self-motivating posts? Men or women? Don't worry, I'll wait. Who posts more self-motivating posts? Men or women? Done? Women. Clearly, hands down. Because like I said in my other video, which got cut off that I'm pretty pissed about, women live in their head and emotions, because emotions and their head come from the same place. That's how women roll. Their emotions and their thought process is the same thing. So if you feed into their ego, where you liking all their pictures, you're jumping in their DM with all the hard eyes, you might get a double click. If you know a woman on social media who you're attracted to, fellas, here is a perfect example of if this woman likes you or not, or if she's even interested in whatever the hell you got to say about her post. Go to the DM history of you and the woman of whom we speak. And if you don't see anything but double clicks, my guy, stop it. You, my friend, are thirsty. Yes, it's weird with women. They want the attention, but when they get the attention, they will label you as thirsty after a while. So you want to be careful. Use your likes like currency. Spend it wisely. Okay? You don't want to spend your likes frivolously out in the social stratosphere. You want to make sure that you're spending your likes and comments wisely. And it is my opinion, most women who are not on social media have a different type of mindset. Now, is one woman better than the other? Hey, I'll leave that up for y'all to decide, fellas. Y'all let me know. I'm just stating my opinion, okay? I believe that these women who are on social media posting selfies and thirst traps all day, especially if there's for no business purpose whatsoever, fellas, run far, far away from these women. Clearly, these women are habitual singles, right? They are lifelong singles. Every time you see them, they're always single. This stuff isn't by happenstance that the women that you see that are always in relationships versus the women that you see who are always single. You got to pay attention to these things. And don't get it twisted. Do not let these women fool you online who are championing themselves on being single. Do you know why they praise themselves being single and why they tell you how enjoyable their single life is? What else are they supposed to tell you? Are they supposed to tell you their life sucks? I'm tired of being single. I would love a man to hold at night. No, they're not going to tell you that. Why? Because no woman, at least modern women, wants to appear weak. Why? Because they feel like men prey on the weak, which we do sometimes. But that's neither here nor there. A woman doesn't want to appear weak, so she will, a lifelong single will never tell you that she needs a man or she even wants a man. She's going to tell you all of the things that she demands from a man that will never be met. These are socialites, y'all. They will fool y'all, other women who follow them, into believing that the single life is where you want to be because of all your freedom and control, right? No, absolutely wrong. Can I invite, I'm going to bring my boy, Mike with the shades up here. Oh, okay, it does disappear. Mike with the shades, what's happening?
What's going on?
You know the topic. Let me move. I got to move the screen up a little bit. No shades. There we go. I'm telling you, you got to, if your name is Mike with the shades.
Well, that's not at all what it says on Instagram.
You're going to have to live up to your name, man. Come on. So today is Me Mondays. We talk a lot about this stuff. I figured I'd bring you on so you can drop your 2 cents in the collection plate and let the masses know what you think about today's topic, which is wives are better off social media, pretty much. What say you, my friend?
Didn't you kind of like
I
wavered on
remixed it.
this?
Yeah, I remixed it.
But there's no real need to remix it because I feel like just take it at face value, I would have to say that it's more than likely correct. You know, 95 is high, but you know, we get what you're saying. I would have to say that I agree because I believe social media is a fertile breeding ground for narcissism.
Yes.
Right. And that narcissism plus how you interact with social media changes how a person values social currency.
Yes.
Right. Like it's for someone that is a super active person online and is really, you know, worried about likes. And, you know, because the people that pretend like they don't care. Yeah. But like people that are like that, because I've dated someone like that, they will like come to you and be like, oh, somebody liked this. And I'm like,
yeah. I've talked to a woman about her post and they look good. They're real tantalizing, real lustful, things of that nature. And I asked her, because I really wanted her to tell the truth. It's not going to happen. I said, I asked her, why do you post these thirst traps? To me, it looked like a thirst trap to me. And I asked her, why you post? I guess thirst trap must have a negative connotation on it. I don't know. So she said, oh, it's not a thirst trap. So I'm like, why do you post it? You do want people to comment on it, right? And then she said, oh, no, I just post it for me. And in my mind, I'm like, why would you post it publicly for you privately? That doesn't make any sense.
Because the likes that she gets generates an intrinsic value. That's what I'm saying. When you are caught up in that space, it changes. Like I'm on a different currency, social currency, than she's on. Right? Like I don't need somebody to like everything I do in order to have a happy existence. But once somebody gets that space, that's what's required. And just me as a man, I gotta be honest with you, not gonna always like everything you do. No. I don't always like everything anyone does. You and I are friends, and it's not like I'm gonna like everything you do. Like, and you don't care. It's not gonna stop you. So, right, exactly. It's not gonna stop you. Right, any sort of progress. But you know, so that's my 2 cents on that. Social currency is different.
So, if you were in the market for marriage, could you date like a socialite, like a woman who's always on social media posting herself? Do you think you can deal with that after a while? Can you deal with that? Because I was talking to Jay earlier, and he was saying it's just another distraction in your relationship, and we have enough of those. We got work, kids, job, and now you got social media.
To be honest with you, this is my, you know what we've been talking about, me and capitalistic dating.
Yeah.
In capitalistic dating, this problem solves itself.
How so?
right?
Well,
Because
first explain to the viewers, if they don't know, what capitalistic dating is.
so in my view, capitalistic dating is like the basis of bringing market principles back to dating. I don't believe.
Did we lose him? We might have lost Mike. He was about to explain to us what capitalistic dating was. I'm not sure what happened. Let me see. You back?
Yeah,
There
I
we
don't know what
go.
happened.
Explain what capitalistic dating is. They might have missed it.
Right. Capitalistic dating for me is the concept of bringing market principles back to dating, so to speak. So I don't think that anybody during the dating phase should date. I think people during the dating phase should date more than one person as a standard process, right? And just for me, it's the market principles. Like the cream rises to the top. Like if you're, you know what I'm saying? If you're so worried about your social media that you're not focused on what I need, inherently somebody else in a capitalistic dating environment is going to be more attentive than you.
As a man, would you want other men filling up your woman's compliment cup?
Wouldn't you? You say you talk about like on social media?
Yeah, like on social media, because you know you would want to be the one complimenting your girl when she comes in. Like, damn, baby, you look good. And
I'll be honest with you. I'm not interested in dating someone that you know that no one else wants. So I accept the idea that
absolutely. But there, as me and you both know, there are women who are drop dead gorgeous that do not flaunt themselves or promote themselves online because they don't have anything to promote. They're not selling bundles. They're not doing makeup. They're not doing nails. They're not doing hair. They're not selling. They're not opening a boutique.
And they're happy enough. They're happy enough within themselves to not need social media as a crutch. I'm not saying that everybody flies off the handle. I'm not saying that if you indulge in social media that you have a void in your soul that you're using it as a crutch. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that some of you are.
They've already took. They have already took with the doctor orders. You do not have to apologize. They are well medicated with, if it don't apply, let it fly. So that my viewers are just fine. They're good.
I mean, I don't mind a little pushback. Truth be told, remember the conversation we had about men getting built for conflict? I don't mind a little pushback.
Yes,
I don't mind a little pushback. I don't mind a little pushback.
Absolutely.
But as a whole, I would lean more toward, like if there were two women that were somehow exactly the same, only except that one indulged in social media and one did not, the woman that did not would be more appealing to me personally.
Yeah, and I think most men would agree. I really don't know someone who would disagree with that, at least numbers wise, because what I've seen is the women, like I said, who do post themselves a lot are really into themselves. And the mindset that someone like that has is they will never be able to put someone else in their space because their space is so big. Their ego is so big. There's no room for someone else's. And men have big egos as well, right? To be stroked.
Yeah.
So it's very difficult with someone else with a huge ego, and then you try to squeeze in here and she's only got this much space. So that's all the attention that you're going to garner is this much from this woman because she's getting it elsewhere. She's getting it from men in her direct messages. And mind you, like you said, nobody wants something that no one else wants, but you don't want it publicized to the entire world.
I'll be honest about this too. The whole social media as a part of your business thing, that is just that. A lot of times that just ends up being a BS excuse to be on social media.
Yes, absolutely.
I swear, everybody thinks they're an entrepreneur. I hate when someone says they're a CEO because that 9 times out of 10 that means they don't know what the fuck they're talking about.
And usually
being a CEO comes with actual implications behind the things you do. Like,
they're usually a sole proprietor, LLC or something. I mean, if you're
right. You're I'm like, I had to ask somebody, like, if you were to buy and sell stock in a certain company, would you have to report it? No. I'm like, You're not a CEO.
No, I mean,
what are you doing? What are you talking about?
People feel like they're a CEO because you're the only person in the company. So yeah, I mean,
you're a single proprietor,
right? You're a sole proprietor, right?
Sole proprietor,
yeah.
right?
There's no one under you or above you. So I mean, yeah, you can call yourself the CEO, I guess. I mean, that's cool. Sounds good.
I hear it. No, you can't, because again, it's a job that has implications. What do you talk about when people want jobs and don't want to go? You know, but they want the job but don't fulfill the requirements.
Correct. Absolutely.
Right. No, you're not a CEO, because CEOs, there are legal implications behind actions that CEOs take.
There's big responsibility for doing that. So you don't even buy the whole I'm on social media because of my business.
Man, listen, man, it's got to be you got to have solid data to back that. Like, and if you don't even know how to capture that data, I'm even more convinced that it's not for business purpose.
What about would you date I'm trying to think of people who do post themselves a lot, like a makeup artist. Usually makeup artists post some other people though, but some of them might post themselves.
Like I've known a makeup artist, and when you look at her Instagram, it was only people whose makeup she done.
Correct.
It made sense. She could show people, and
I do makeup.
It was a tool. If you use it as a tool, yeah. Now, was it beneficial for people to go on there and like the different? Absolutely. That made sense, right? Because other people, when she shows it to people, you got a lot of likes. I got that. Made sense. It wasn't about her and make me feel good about me.
Do women have this same problem with men on social media? What do you think? I haven't seen it reversed.
I think so. There's a lot of bitch ass dudes out here. I'm sorry, I don't know if I can say that.
No, you say
there's a lot of bitch ass dudes out here. So I would assume, and niggas, and dudes is highly more sensitive than they used to be too. So I would venture to say that women are experiencing the same thing. And couple that with a man's natural ego, and it could potentially be worse.
What do you say to a woman? Because this is gonna be the reply from this video. I'm already knowing the reply from this.
Hold on, do it. Like you got it.
I'm already foreshadowing this, right?
Gotcha. All right.
What's gonna happen is you're gonna have somebody come on, right, and they're gonna say the reason that you guys don't like a woman on social media showing themselves because of your insecurities, and you can't handle a strong, independent Black woman. What's
my responsibility? My responsibility. Okay. There's a woman that don't do it. So if you feel that way, whatever. I don't care. Hey, you know, like that's like dying over someone's opinion over your basketball skills when they don't play basketball. I don't care what you think.
Whatever. The funny thing is they have these strong opinions, not realizing that there's another woman who agrees with us.
Yeah.
Not real, because the
other thing that I'm going to say that your viewers might not understand is that because of this show and the conversations we had, we actually been coming across more women that actually agree with the things that are said. So if you think anyone on here that thinks that this right here is causing dudes to get less attention and less of what they want, that's not true. But this conversation is happening and it's real.
The funny part is that the women who do agree with this, they're silent, right?
Yeah.
They're not on social media. They're not on a blog post like that. So the women who agree with this stuff, you literally have to dig through so much shit just to find them, because they're nowhere to be found. They're not out at the clubs that much. They're not in a lot of spaces. So they don't control the social media airwaves.
And they're not coming on social media to tell us.
No, they're not telling us. This is what they do, Mike. They jump in my DM and say, I agree with you, and jump the fuck out.
Yeah.
And that's what's so funny. And I tell them, like, yo, why don't you speak up? Do you know why they don't speak up, Mike?
Because they're scared of other
Because they're
women.
scared of other women. Women are scared of other women. They're tribal, and they do not want to break away from the pack that much to where they are crucified, criticized, and vilified like us. We have to put our necks out there and get it chopped off, right?
You'll get your clock cleaned saying the wrong thing about women nowadays. It just so happens that neither one of us care if we get canceled.
No, we don't. Soon enough, I am going to bring someone in who is not scared to share her opinion on these things. And I think it's going to come from a better place because it's coming from a woman. And maybe she can.
We've learned recently that doesn't necessarily help.
Yeah, it doesn't. But at the least, because I've even been told about my delivery would be different than a woman's delivery. I know, right? Than a woman's delivery on the same subject. Even though we both are preaching the same thing, this woman may say it better than me, right? So that's why it's always good to have people on the panel who, let's say we don't share the same opinions, but we kind of understand. So I want a woman to explain to a woman why this mindset is advantageous in the dating marketplace. I don't want to just say it because they're going to think, oh, Chris Hall just wants what he wants, right? Not realizing that the women who believe in these ideals get what they want, when they want it, how they want it.
From an easier perspective, if the bulk of a set of a sample of people are doing something and it's not working, if you want to achieve the same goal that group is trying to achieve, you more than likely come out better doing something different.
Yeah. I mean, I just believe that, social media has convinced a lot of women that being single is cool. It's fun. You're free. You get to live in your, astronomical worlds in your head. And
first thing I hear about any dude when they talk about being single, first thing most dudes talk about when I talk to them is how expensive it is. Like, oh,
yes, being single.
Like, it's not like dudes don't want to deal with just one person.
They would. I mean, I'll be honest with you, men would prefer to spend money on one person.
Yes, absolutely.
Let's say every.
Because then it feels more like an investment.
Yeah, every man doesn't necessarily want to be monogamous or doesn't want to be tied down in a full-fledged relationship or marriage, but most men want to spend their money on one person if they could, and maybe get non-financial sex elsewhere, to where they just find some women who enjoy their company or think they're cute, and they get to smash those. And
maybe she likes the joke I tell.
Yes, maybe she enjoys the conversation. Whatever. Maybe she likes the Chris Hall show. Who knows?
Wouldn't that be great?
Right. But that's what most men look for. Some men look for is, like you said, the capitalistic dating. But I would definitely shy away from anything serious. Remember, these women who love being single, they still fucking. Okay? I've not heard one woman post their celibacy. Never heard it. Never seen it.
Listen, around the early 30s, a lot of women go into this celibate phase.
Really?
Yes.
Never seen it.
I've encountered that multiple times. Celibate phase. I'm not sticking around like that, but
No, I'm not sticking around then. No. So in closing, in closing, you would say that you do not recommend dating a woman who is on social media posting pictures of themselves all day. You would not recommend dating them seriously.
That's a different question. Like, I would not recommend it.
Right, you. We're talking about you. Yeah, this is your opinion.
I would not recommend it, nor in the times that I have dated people that were very into social media. Addicted. I've dated people that were addicted to social media. It was not going. Like, I can't, likes can't be more important than anything I have going on.
Women are addicted to likes though, man. They're addicted to likes.
It just can't be more important than anything I have.
The comments, really?
Can't be more important than what I got going on.
Wow.
If you're more worried about likes than what happened and what's going on with me today, you're more worried about how many likes you got or what comment someone liked, it's not gonna work.
So you're saying most men don't want the attention taken off of them to the extent where you're now losing.
I'm not gonna say most men, but I'm gonna be honest enough to say me. Like for me, it's an attention thing. Like I require a lot of attention, and at the end of the day, things that take away from attention from me had better serve a higher purpose.
Right. So you don't think so with that statement there, a woman going on social media posting thirst traps does not serve a higher purpose.
Not in my book, not unless she can show me where it does.
Yeah, she would have to show you some type of
even
financial
even if it did, even if it did, just thirst trap ain't my cup of tea. Like if that's your thing, sweetheart, I'm not gonna judge you. You're awesome for your success. Don't let anyone stop you. You're a woman. I hear you roaring. I'm good.
So real quick before I let you go, do you think that a woman can change her ways? Like let's say you do acquire a thirst trapper and you end up molding her into I don't know, Sally Homemaker. You think that you can turn this person around for them not to be on social media, for them to
now here's what I'll say. I believe I'm a staunch advocate and believer in a person's ability to change. What I don't believe is that you can make anyone change.
Okay.
Life and experience is the only thing that makes people change. You're not going to make somebody change.
So you don't think that the right, because I hear this a lot, and I also heard this recently on social media to where Jeezy's wife, I forget her name, she's pregnant.
Jeannie Mae, is that it?
Something like that. I don't know. But Jeezy's wife, I guess maybe didn't want a baby, but I guess with Jeezy convinced her to have one. So it's like one of those things where, I don't want to do something, but if I met you hear that all the time. If I met the right guy,
I was told that today.
There you go. It's literally, I don't want to call it a cop out, but it's a thing, right?
It's a thing.
It is definitely the phrase that pays. They say that, and usually like, okay, well maybe when you do find the right man, you'll do a complete 180 and be Sally Homemaker from OnlyFans.
I mean, I know I think he married the woman that Austin Hugh, right?
Yes.
Right. Yeah. I mean, what are your thoughts on that? If that's what he wanted as a consequence of getting married.
Yeah, I would, I'm going to assume, because I know me with my little money, I have conversations with women prior to engaging in serious dating if they would want, because I know I want more kids. So I wouldn't engage in a serious relationship to a woman that absolutely does not want more kids, which is why I tend not to date women with kids, because most women with kids, especially older kids, like in the teens, don't want to have another. They're almost out of the weeds, and they definitely do not want to start all the way back over in their mid to late 30s. So that's why most men who want kids.
I usually don't date women with kids because of the attention, the requirements of attention.
Again, yes, attention. That's where you get women with kids, women with dogs, women, just anything that's gonna, like you said, take the attention off of me, right? And
I mean, that is the purpose behind a relationship.
That is because you're gonna have space in your life for her. It's not like you're just sitting there like some king on a throne.
Exactly.
But I think whenever we say this, we don't mean it, but I think that's what some women hear, and that's where you get the kickback.
Oh,
they feel
what I'm learning now is that you're getting a kickback from the ones that you wasn't gonna get it from anyway.
Anyway, correct. But I mean, it's still kickback, and that's what
I do, ma'am.
That he needs a lot of.
I know you say don't pay attention to comments.
No. Hey, man, this is me. Me Mondays is really loose. This isn't a professional show. You lucky I put a shirt on. Okay.
I appreciate you putting the shirt on there, bro. Because
no problem. I don't know, problem.
Yeah.
So
yeah, but no, she's right.
Yes.
He needs loads of attention.
I mean, to be honest,
it's one of the things I say up front when I meet people. Like it's not something that anyone has to figure out, or there's a mystery. But you've heard me say it. You've seen me say it to people before. It's not like I am who I am.
Right.
So, and I think most people would have an easier life path if they just accepted the things that may even seem tough for some people to handle. Because what I've found is that me requiring a lot of attention, there are people that have a lot of attention to give.
Yes.
That want someone that requires a lot of attention.
Thank you. And that's why I always say take 1,000 milligrams. If it don't apply, let it fly. If you don't have the time to give someone who needs time, then I guess you're good. To me, Mike, honestly, women who don't have time are going to deal with men who don't have time. And then they're going to dog them out. And then they're gonna have this notion that all men ain't shit because they never had the time to give it to someone who needs the time. Most men who are talking to 3, 4, 5 chicks, those are the men that you can deal with because they have other shit going on. They got other chicks that they banging out. They got work. They got businesses, things like that, and that's fine. Please walk on your purpose. Women will always be here, no matter how old you get. Women continue getting older, bro. Okay, they continue to cycle out.
Let's not forget, I don't have a problem with a woman that doesn't have a lot of time for attention from me. I don't have a problem with her. I'm just not going to, we just don't mesh for dating. We could be great friends.
Yeah, I mean, mind you, men have time and boxes to put women in. We have plenty, we're like a moving company, okay? We have plenty boxes that we can put chicks in. We put them in there. We put the packing tape on there. We get our marker because we can't lose them, right? We can't lose them. We got to know where they are.
I'm using a digital system of some sort.
Digital system? Hey, I'm old school. Put them in the box, write fragile on it, and move it as I see fit because this person doesn't have time. We do it all the time. We ain't judging. You ain't on trial.
At all. God bless you for having stuff going on.
Absolutely.
That's why I say, like, I have conversations. I'm like, I ask people now, are you dating? Are you actively dating? Like, you know what I mean? Because just because you're single doesn't mean you're dating.
Correct.
And that's where that whole availability comes in, right? Because if you're just single and you don't have any time available to actually date and get to know anybody, I need to know that because regardless of how attractive you are, we're never going to make it to my end goal.
No. And I think social media in general is for single people. If you're heavily active on social media, there's another meme that I may want to touch on next week that talks about social media and relationships, right? And I think that's going to be an even more in-depth topic. I want to see if I can maybe find some people who are in relationships that can maybe talk about that too, how they, traverse through social media while having a significant other, the things that they post and things they refrain from posting and stuff like that. You know what I mean? So I think that's going to be interesting. Did you have fun?
Is it always a good time on the
It's a pig's feet porch. I'm telling you.
It's always a good time on the Chris Hall Show.
That's what y'all follow Mike with the shades.
You don't have to. Don't even worry about it. I'm straight.
He's not on social media. He literally pops up like whack-a-mole. I bring him up here. He talks his shit and goes right back into the hole. I figured he would be perfect for this segment to bring him up for a few minutes because he is such an unsocialite, if that's a word. So I figured he would
on social media. We go out in real life.
In real life. And
we do real life.
If y'all don't know, we do go out. If you don't see nothing posted on my page, it's because I'm having a good time. Y'all haven't seen me post nothing. I've been having a great time.
I say, yeah, that's what I'm saying. So, yes, I'm on social media. If you have a direct message with like something awful you would love to say to me, please, by all means, send that to me.
I'm
sure. I would love to hear it.
Yes, I'm sure you're going to receive some
anything terrible that you would like to say. I am 100% open to it, and I don't mind sharing whatever embarrassment you have for me. So
perfect. That's what we like to hear. Well, Mike, we will see you on the next one.
Deuces.
Later. Don't take my word for it. You've seen it yourself. It ain't just me, okay? It ain't just me. The men in here agree that women who are indulged in social media do not make good wives. I'm sorry. Look at the statistics. Look at your friends list of all the women who post like that. Are they single or married? And please do not say, well, one homegirl is. You got 6,000 followers and or followed all these people, and you can give me one. Trust me, the numbers completely outweigh from the chicks off social media who's ready for marriage to the chicks who are on social media who are not. Just my opinion. Thank all of y'all for watching this special live edition of Mean Mondays. I appreciate y'all. Thanks for watching. I am Chris Hall, and you have been tuned into the Chris Hall Show. We'll see you in the next one. I'm out.